how to increase your endurance level as a pianist, allowing you to play more difficult pieces. So depending on your level, you need to reach a certain amount of workload that will cause adaptations. Workload is basically the stimulation that is put on the muscles. When you reach enough stimulation, it will cause adaptations. Your muscles will have more endurance. Now, the X amount of workload you need to achieve is measured basically by time of practice and the intensity of practice. Because if I'm a very advanced pianist and I practice for release all day, it will not probably be enough workload, even if I play 10 hours a day, every day. So that's important to understand. So if I practice something very difficult, then the amount of time I can play maybe 2 hours a day, and it will be enough workload to provide stimulation that will cause adaptations from your body. So this one is basically individual, depends on your endurance level, your current endurance level. You need to put X amount of workload. Workload is divided by time of practice and the intensity of practice. And practice includes everything you do when you play the piano. You warm up, you do technical exercises, you work on your pieces, you practice slow, fast, whatever, you improvise. Everything accumulates into workload, depends on the time of practice and intensity of the task you are doing. So you need to get to X amount of stimulation. If you do too little, let's say you do half of X, you won't see adaptations. It's not enough stimulation to cause adaptation. You will just maintain your current endurance level. If you do 2x, for example, in a week where you need to do X, your body accumulates too much fatigue and it will not adapt. It will be too fatigued, and if you continue over time doing that, that's where injury happens. You need to give your body a proper amount of recovery. So the amount of workload is very important. Too little, you just maintain. Too much, over time, consistently, that's where injury happens. Over time, your hands get used to X. You improved, you caused adaptations, and now X is not sufficient to continue adapting. So what do you need to do? You need to progressive overload. Increase X over time as you get used to the previous level of workload. So once it was X, now it is X plus whatever. It's a bigger amount of X. X becomes bigger. You either practice more time or increase the intensity of practice, or both of them. Then the new level of stimulation will cause adaptations and you will have higher endurance. As you get used to the new stimulation, you keep increasing the X over time. That's pianists get from a beginner level to the most advanced levels, playing big concertos, playing sets of etudes. By basically increasing the X over time, they can handle much bigger amount of workload.